introduce Brother Jay Watts from the Communist Party in Canada.
Okay. Oh, yeah, here. He's here. All right, thank you.
All right, thank you for having me here today to speak to you guys. So, as we know, this is a shameful blockade and a shameful war, and unfortunately our government is very complicit in it. Everyone probably knows about the $15 billion arms deal signed by the previous conservative government and implemented by the Liberals. But also, since the conflict began in Yemen, over $284 million outside of the $15 billion deal have been sold and shipped to countries participating in this war. That's from Canada. The most high profile, of course, beyond the armored vehicles are sniper rifles, but there are many other weapons and even Canadian advisors involved. We know this is a US-led war, even if the Saudis are the public face of it. And just like practically every other US-led war, Canada is deeply and shamefully involved. During the 2005 election, the Liberals had pledged to cancel the arms deal if there was evidence of wrongdoing with armored vehicles. Videos emerged around that time from 2012 and 2015 of the Saudis using these vehicles on Shia minorities. But the Liberals made every excuse not to keep the pledge. In 2016, Liberals on the Commons Foreign Affairs Committee used their majority to kill an NDP proposal, backed by Conservatives even, to scrutinize Canadians' arms exports. And again in 2017, more videos emerged of Canadian armored vehicles being used against religious minorities in Qatif in Saudi Arabia. Finally, the minister who we're sitting in front of here, Chrystia Freeland, her office, responded to pressures and said they would investigate the videos. The process dragged on for 10 months, and the report was released this May. It was a work of fantasy. The investigation relied solely on Saudi sources. Chrystia Freeland said that the investigation found the Saudis responded proportionally. We know they did not. In December 2017, Canada also signed a defense cooperation agreement with the United Arab Emirates, who are also helping to destroy Yemen. So I'd encourage any of you guys who have Twitter or have the stomach for it to follow somebody named Anthony Fenton. He's a graduate student, he's at York, he's probably the only Canadian studying the level of military cooperation and arms sales between Canada and the Gulf dictatorships. It's pretty staggering information that you're not going to see in the Globe and Mail and other places. So, we know when Chrystia Freeland announces she's going to provide $12 million to humanitarian groups in Yemen around this war, it's insulting and it's hypocritical. That's a fraction of the money that the government Crown Corporation gets from brokering the $15 billion arms deal with Saudi Arabia. And finally, I want to say a word about our friends in the NDP. Unfortunately, they've shown themselves to be completely incoherent on the issue of arms sales. We have a number of instances where they rightfully criticize this deal, but during the 2015 election, Thomas Mulcair said he would honor the agreement. And recently, when the spat between Saudi Arabia and Canada flared up, NDP MP Irene Matheson wrote she hoped this diplomatic incident wouldn't threaten the arms deal. The NDP uses a lot of tough critical language, but you read when they actually propose they want to review the deal. We know this deal is ridiculous. There's no need to review it. Saudi Arabia is a wretched country and is using our weapons to destroy people in Yemen and elsewhere, and even in their own country. Our responsibility is to do whatever we can to stop Canada from participating in the destruction of Yemen. That includes ripping up all the arms deals and all military partnerships with Saudi Arabia and Gulf dictatorships. Canada needs an independent foreign policy of peace and to get out of the war in Yemen immediately. Thank you.
Yay.